Hello, hi, my name is Otigi Debora, and today I'll be sharing with you on a topic that says goal setting and actualization. Goal actualization. First and foremost, what are goals? Goals are something an individual or a group of people set to achieve. A goal is more than just a destination, it is a source of motivation that, when it is properly set, it drives an individual. It keeps you pushing forward even when things are going sour. It keeps you, it pushes you, it motivates you. A goal greatly differs from a task, as a task is a set of steps that you take to actualize a goal. It's just a smaller picture, it's just a smaller fragment of a goal. A goal is the bigger picture, is the bigger essence of it all. For example, a person who wants to be a very great content creator, a web designer, a graphics designer, would need to take some set of specific steps. Those specific steps are like tasks that will lead to the goal actualization. So tasks are what you carry out to lead to your goal actualization. A great man once said that Napoleon Hill, that a goal is a dream with a deadline. A dream with a deadline. So a goal has is a dream with a deadline. There is a deadline. You set deadlines for yourself when it comes to goals. In essence, you may have long-term goals or short-term goals. Whichever one you are choosing to acquire, you still need a deadline. There's still a deadline attached to it. For this discussion, for this talk, we'll be limiting ourselves to individual goals, how to set individual goals, and how to actualize individual goals. So in goal setting, it is very, very, very important and relevant that you set SMART goals. It's very important. SMART goals, SMART. SMART goals, S specific. It must be well defined and very clear. It must be specific, very, very specific. Don't make it too ambiguous. Don't make it too broad. Make it very, very specific. Narrow it down to one specific thing, or it can be several specific things, but it must be very, very specific. Number 2, the M. It must be measurable. That means there must be a certain criteria that you should be able to use to measure your progress towards your goal achievement, towards your goal attainment, towards your goal accomplishment. There must be specific criteria that you use to measure your progress towards that goal actualization. Number 3, the A. It must be achievable. It must be very, very achievable. That means it must be very, very possible to actualize. It must be very possible to achieve. It should not be so unrealistic. It should be very, very possible to achieve, even though you might have a feeling of self-doubt that, can I really do this, can I really do that? But aside that, you must be able to achieve those goals. You must be able to achieve those goals set. The R in the SMART goals is for realistic. Your goals must be realistic. It must be within reach. It must be within your life purpose. It must be relevant to your purpose. It must be relevant to your passion. You don't just set goals. It must be very, very realistic. Very, very realistic. It must be relevant. The T in SMART goals is it must be very timely. You must have a clearly defined timeline. You must set a time bound. Don't just say, okay, I want to achieve this, or I want to visualize this. You must have a time, like in 5 years. It must be in 2 years. You must stick to that time. Very important. Not just having a time range. You must stick to that time. You must stick to it. You must have a starting date. You must have a target date, and that target date must be actualized. Very, very important. It must be actualized. Okay, let's talk very, very briefly on goal actualization. Okay, so you set the goals. You already know what you want to achieve. You already know what you want to do. You already know the steps you want to take to its actualization. Now, sometimes things might get in the way. Things might go wrong. Things might be very distracting to you. So in order for those things not to distract you, you need to set you need to take steps on how to actualize these goals, so that no matter the distraction, no matter the problems, no matter the any emergency that may occur, you still actualize those goals, you still achieve those goals. So some steps to goal actualization is: number 1, you must write it down. You must create a written itinerary. I call it written itinerary. This written itinerary, it always helps me a lot because it's what you write down that you actualize. When you just have it in your head, you are just going with the flow of your thoughts. It's either you forget or you end up not doing it or you postpone it. But once you have it written down, it's the very first step. You must write it down. What this thing that I want to achieve, let me write it down. You write it down with biro and pen. You write it down. Don't just have it in your head. It's fine if you have it in your head, but you must still write it down. Very important. You must write it down because it's what you have written down that you work with. It is what you have written down that you will work with. Okay, so the second step after writing down your goals, it's already written down, you need to create deadlines. Now, your goals, I've already told you at the beginning that their tasks are what you put in progress. They are steps you take to actualize your goals. Now, in doing those tasks, you need to set deadlines for yourself. Like you can say, in the next 1 week, I want to have done this, I want to have done that. Creating, and those deadlines, you must stick with it. That's very important. You must stick with it because those deadlines help you to actualize these goals. When it makes your mind very skillful, it makes your mind active, it makes you active in actualizing your goals. They are very, very important, creating deadlines. Lastly, the third tip I'll give you in goal actualization is accountability partner. Now, in Nigeria now, there are so many things. There's hustling, there is taking care of family, there's distraction, there's work, and when you're actualizing those goals, those things, they come into play. And when you try to set deadlines, tasks, and everything, you might forget on your own because we are all humans. But having an accountability partner that you can give account to on steps that you've taken in actualizing your goals is very, very important. Now, that accountability partner can be your friend, your very close friend that knows you well enough, your mentor, very, very important. Your mentor, it will give you advice. Your mentor gives you advice, gives you things to actualize those goals. So that person pushes you, helps you, motivates you in actualizing those set goals. So having an accountability partner helps a lot. And the final step to take is commitment. You have to be committed because all this gibberish I've been saying since, like all this, okay, not gibberish, but all this talk I've been giving since, all these tips I've been giving since, they are going to be pointless if you are not committed to the process. You must be committed to goal actualization. You must be committed to your goal because commitment is the oga patapata of everything. You must be very, very committed. When you are committed, it shows because you take active step. You take active control of it all. You must be committed. You must be very, very committed in all aspects of goal actualization. You must be committed, very, very committed. In goal actualization, that is why ROM is a result-oriented mentorship. ROM is like a mentorship program that helps you, that keeps track of you, whether you are yet to set the goal. You go through a process of passion discovery because goals are built on your passion. So you go through a process of discovery of your passion. If you've already set your goals, if you already know what your goals are, we help you to we motivate you, we put you through, we mentor you, we guide you. We become your accountability partner. We help you get committed. Although you need to do the commitment part on your own, it must be a step from you first. But we help you through the way. ROM is result-oriented mentorship, which pushes you to actualize your goal with results as the end product. A parting word from me: be accountable to your goals, be committed to your goals, set goals. What goals do you have for 2021? Your goals that you've set from the beginning, from January, have you actually put steps to actualize them? What steps have you been taking? It's not too late. We're still in September. There's still enough time. less than 4 months, the year will be running and coming to an end. What steps have you taken to goal actualization? What are your goals? What steps have you taken to actualize them? ROM, result-oriented mentorship, is here to help you, to groom you to actualizing those goals. Thank you very much. God bless you.